In today's Constituency Watch, we are reaching you from Chebi, which is right there for a penny fee in the eastern region. This town in Ghana's political history has a lot of stories to be told. And here, ahead of the 2024 elections, we are in the constituency to speak to constituents to find out from them the issues on top of their list, what they expect the incoming government as well as their parliamentarians to do for them in this constituency. Here on the street of Chebi, there are a lot of youth who walk down the street and complain about issues such as youth unemployment and others. I have caught up with two gentlemen here who are also going to share with us their concerns they expect the politicians to address in the lead up to the 2024 elections. So I have with me Christopher, who is on my right. So what are your issues?
Well, there are many issues at hand now, but I only just on three. Okay. What are we expecting any of the government that will come into power to do is I want any government who want to come to the power to be able to make sure that our road networks are very, very good. Okay. Because I'm from Kumasi and I'm here and I'm taking my NSS here.
I'm staying at Kibi here, but the new area is called Eskem, so we are nearby Kibi. Our roads are poor. Even we can't get access. Maybe when it rains, the big people have shops around, so they will bring their goods there. The car cannot come, so they have to pack it down, and we will load it, carrying it to the shop. It's one of the concerns, and also unemployment. Unemployment is also one of the big issues around here. People graduate and they don't get access to any work to do. They have to go to Galamsey and all that. Then people are chasing them, people are dying. So unemployment also is. And also one concern is about water. We have a very, very bad condition of water. We don't get good access of water to drink, water to cook. So these are my three issues that I want the government to get access to it, so that it will solve it for us, so that we can be free and vote for. So
you are looking forward to any of the political parties to tell you how they are going to solve these issues?
Yes, please. I'm looking forward for them to say it in their manifesto and give us the outline if they are going to solve it within this way before they come to power. That's my really concern.
So you are not strongly behind MPP or NDC?
Nah. I'm looking at the issues for now.
Okay. Right. Thank you, fellas. We are grateful for your time. This is the main market of Chebi, and the women here have some concerns they expect the politicians to address going into the 2024 elections. What are these issues? Come with me as we speak to a few of them to understand what really their concerns are.
Washroom. Oma ye ba intumi bia no man enti ye ha we di kan e washroom. E na ye gate yen so ba erade adom oma ye gate amaye. Enti yesre omo outside no. So mo mredwom ha enti dem omo ba na ma nipa ni nyina betuma ba na edwane tumi akoso. Bebre wo mu fie ni bebre enti e ma adito ni ntumi nko wano
yedwan won anhye ni yi ena yedwada o enso wo ba wu ne sen ti ye wo bia wo betwi nipa no nyina bedwa yim ne dwa no ayedwa obi ba wo se ne edwada we die eno ane se yetetem ebiti akire sebita fra toilet wa no bi to yande o enye fine ti ye pani obeba obeka se ne ema nyina mayen ye se de ntade papa obi e ti lole kwa ho na oton ade
ye dra for no e wa ha no anse na be ya pepa bia no ai se Akufo-Addo enso ya te se DBL for edi machines bibia be guche bia enso be si na o ma si som sambos nyina aye de enim se DBL no abaya ni enso be si na DBL no ema ye be pepa bia ai se Akufo-Addo enti esa so nkola no so no enti bebre no registration driver license ni ade no bebre omonye omanye so approach be chi won enti ye be say machines no da begu ano egu dem o sei enti omra no mabie no munya dwuma man e wo chebi se chebi ye important ya kase ana ise income tax so no ayi so mu fiko fodo no wabetwa man wa
ni afuso bia ati na adu krom na onye bidi na o ka se bia na adu ni krom adwo be de mi hu ni sa me sora no pa na man kwa dwuma mi ni di
se waye mu kwan fefefe asphalt
ba de kwan ni yewe kwan yo o Ghana de aye den de kure Ghana de aye den
ene car pass yentimi nto ene car tie home use no e da che kwan na train nesi ene engine ene car engine say ya wuntimi nto ene car insurance ewu a almost 700.
So apart from drivers and students, those who are engaged in things like you see also have concerns about the quality of water they use to prepare these kinds of food. And so they are appealing to the politicians who will be coming to them to ensure that they come with specific plans to address the concerns of residents of Chibi. That is what will inform their vote.
The higher pie in Su so in Suno in Su on say like say a Juma Semonson so wedding waha. So Eddie pa and then your man's wedding a bread say why I heard you mammy. Wow, Mara or the Uni. It could be new money at the Adika Crow baby. It will be a bit mere day. I be and obedience when the sky there. Aquanano.
In December I'll vote based on what they would want to do for me. One, I prefer we don't have any company here, government work that can employ those people around here. So if they can in some way give us a company that can employ a lot of guys here, and second, we need a market, a very big marketplace. Our market is very small.
There are two people vying for the sole seat from the MPP side and also from the NDC side. I'm fortunate to be joined by the aspirant on the ticket of the NPP, who is here with me. I'm going to ask him to introduce himself so we get to know him better. Give us your name and tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm Dr. Kingsley Ajiman, the parliamentary candidate for Abuakwa South, and also doubles as the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat Registrar. Kingsley is well defined by the constituents as education man. Right from KG1 to P3, we have what we call the Kingsley Readathon. It's a reading series that is done annually. From P4 to P6, you have the Kingsley Spelling Challenge. JHS1 to JHS3, we have the Kingsley Maths and Science Quiz. And the high school, you have the Kingsley Debate Series, Kingsley Mentorship Programs, and Kingsley Football Gala Competition. Okay. So anywhere within the educational value chain, we are well positioned. Okay. Kingsley is education within the constituency, and the constituency is education. The challenges of this constituency is not different from what we have in Ghana. So we have 5 thematic areas that has been our area of focus right from Kingsley as an individual before Kingsley became a parliamentary candidate. Something we call the WESH agenda. So on the issue of welfare, W stands for welfare. How do we build a welfare, show our people up to make them very competitive, traders on all the identifier groups. These are people that we have their data and we interact with them on a daily basis. Then we have education. I've enumerated to you the educational program, the soft ones. The hard ones, we've built 6-unit classroom block at Siakwa, another 3-unit classroom block at Apapem. So that is education. They have agriculture. Ask anybody in Chevi and its environs the price of maize. Through our community farming projects, whereas a bag of 120 kilograms of maize sells on the market at between 800 and 1,000 Ghana, we are giving it to our people at 300 Ghana. Agriculture, which has found expression in the lives of the people. Because within 10 towns that we piloted this project, we found out that Kenke sellers were about 170, which means that the delicacy is well patronaged by our people. This is what we call the soil to stomach project under my agriculture initiative. Then from agriculture, we come to social engagement. You find Kingsley everywhere. There's nowhere within the 110 polling stations, 24 electoral areas that you will not find the blueprints of Kingsley engaging socially. Then the issue of health, representing H. Free medical screening, free public health week celebrations, free health card registrations and stuff like that. So who in his reasonable mind will ever even contemplate as to whether Kingsley is well celebrated within the constituency, whether it's well known or not?
You see, there is a trend in Ghana now that anyone who wants to be a member of parliament or wants to hold in a political office will strategically, a year or 6 months before, start doing some charity works, giving out books, doing health screening for people, sharing food and all those things. And all of a sudden, the person posters appears and start canvassing for votes and all that. But Carlos, I mean, in my own small way, I have been doing a lot for my people. And I don't believe in this flaunting of, because that is not the reason why I do those things. I do those things out of my heart, out of the love I have for my people. If you go to Bomponson and Abisim Yabua, they don't have potable waters there. With my initiative, I was able to help them with mechanized borehole waters and all that. There are people that I help them pay their school fees when they are going to SHS. Every year, I support people. There are people who come with their health needs that I support them. Carlos, am I supposed to come and exhibit this openly to tell everybody that, oh, this is what Akins is doing for his people? No, I'm not interested in showing those things off. My focus now is the challenges that we are facing as a constituency. How do we fix them? And if you will be able to fix them, you need capacity. What is that capacity? As a member of parliament, you'll be the #1 lobbyist for your constituency. You have the capacity to go in and out to make sure that these basic needs of your people are being settled. And that is what I'm looking forward in doing.
From where they are as a political party within the constituency, it will take you turning yourself into another being for that to happen. No way. JB Dankwa seat, Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo seat, attaching seat, and all the inroads that have made us an individual within the constituency, all my social investments here, he should come and tell us what he's done. He should come and tell us what he will do. We are not going to do we will. We are. And we'll be building on these foundations that we have laid. There is no way my younger brother Akins, I mean, if not for political trying to deepen democracy, he knows very well, their party people know, this is not the place they would have even filed a candidate. What will happen on 7th December, it will not be an election, it will be an endorsement.
Oh, okay. You are sure about that?
But I had 95%.
That's at your party level?
It will find expression.
So you are looking at what margin?
Oh, it will be a pleasant surprise.
You know, let's go into the Bible. The flag bearer, he likes quoting Bibles, even though he quotes them very wrongly. You know, when David decided to fight with Goliath, what did Goliath do? He underestimated, but before he realized, he was on the ground. So I think he should humble himself and take lessons from such things that has happened in the world before. I would want to say something in P. Man, yeah, no jina ho ni so jina ho na wanye den wan hwe. He shouldn't think that he's already in parliament, because I'm going to pull a big surprise on him. I will give him a run for his money. That one I can assure him of. He can't bet it anywhere. He's not going to have it rosy. We are going to deliver our people from misery. It's no more going to be the usual changing of candidates to deceive our people. And now, 2024 elections, whether he likes it or not, I am going to win as parliamentary, as a member of parliament for Abuakwa South, and I'm going to deliver Abuakwa South constituency for my presidential candidate, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. There is no two ways about that. You see, we are looking at my margin. I'm looking at winning the constituency with about 52%. Yes, from my research, from my analysis, I'm going to win with 52% from the constituency.
As for what the opponent is saying, I think they have run out of ideas. He knows very well that within this constituency, there is no way he will make an impact. Watch and see. Come by 12 p.m., 7th December, you see the vote.
From the Oforepenimfie here in Chebi in the Eastern region, this has been the constituency watch for the Abuakwa South constituency. With me, Carlos Calor.
Indeed, we are your election headquarters, and with the general election just 71 days away, the race for the parliamentary seats in Abuakwa South is intensifying as voters' voice concerns over the severe water crisis worsened by illegal mining and the growing issue of youth unemployment. Both the NDC and NPP candidates have locked horns in a fierce contest, each vying to prove they can deliver the solutions the constituency urgently needs. And today we want to expand on constituency lens and bring a conversation between the NPP candidates and the NDC candidate. The reason this is important is because it's an NPP, known to be an NPP stronghold, from JB Dankwa to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo when he stepped down to focus on his presidential bid in 2008. Then Samuel Atachi won that bid. In fact, Addo Akins is in the studio with me this morning. Addo Akins, Nana Addo Akins, and your father, Nana Addo Akins, contested against Atachi in 2008?
Contested against Akufo-Addo himself.
Okay. And so you want to take over what your father couldn't do, huh?
Yes, it's going to happen.
Well, welcome to the program. We'll get into it. And in a bit, we'll introduce Dr. Kingsley Ajiman from the NPP side. He'll join us via Zoom, and then we can get the conversation going. But let me start with you, Addo Akins, since you are here in the studio with me. Now, before we get surgical with the issues that have come up, we know that this place is an NPP stronghold. From 1996, they have been the ones on that seat. What really is inspiring your confidence that you can take over from the NPP?
Thank you very much, my sister, and I'm glad to be on the show. I want to extend my regards to the good people of Abuakwa South, my able constituency executives and branch members in the constituency. There is something that I want to correct before we move on. Dr. J.B. Dankwa never won in Abuakwa. Okay. It never happened. Kwame Nkrumah beat him in Abuakwa, right in Chebi. So that one I want.
But Nana Addo Dankwa was there, Atachi was there.
Nana Addo Dankwa was there from
Great.
1996, and Atachi came and all that. It's not just about confidence; it's about reality. There are times that reality really hits people right on their faces, and they have no other option than choose right, to do what is right. From 1996, we've given the parliamentary seat to the NPP. There is nothing they can talk about. You heard our people talking when they were complaining about bad road networks, when they were complaining about lack of potable water, when they were complaining about unemployment and all that. Your people were there, and I was not too happy because what they went to do was just in Chebi. They should have extended to the other parts of the constituency, and the whole of Ghana would have been in shock to see how the Abuakwa South that Nana Akufo-Addo, Atachi.
So your assessment of the work NPP has done since 1990. Hold on a second, let me put this in perspective. So your assessment of the work that the NPP has done in that constituency, Abuakwa South constituency, is?
To be very frank and honest with you, nothing is there to show. Nothing. I can tell you that from 1996 or from 92, if you should go to Abuakwa South and go into the history of every developmental project that is there, it is associated with the NDC.
Now, so if the people of Abuakwa South share the same opinion, how come they still keep giving the mandates to the NPP to lead them?
You know,
what do you think is the explanation?
We had a situation in Abuakwa South when we thought that one of our own was supposed to be president. So we were pushing him to be president. and then we are going to make Abuakwa South a safe haven somewhere in Ghana. And that doesn't happen. And Abuakwa South, the people of Abuakwa South are so disappointed. And that is why they are going to change from the MPP to the NDC now, because they have realized that the NDC is a better option to the MPP. And
it's taking them this long to realize that. But you know what Samuel Atacha said? I think earlier this year he was asked about who could replace him. When he stated that he was not going to go back to Parliament. He spoke about character and integrity. Let me just quote what he said. He said, "Character and integrity for me are more important than eloquence. Are you a person of integrity? Can people trust you? Where is your money coming from? If you are morally crippled, how can you rise and walk? There's nothing as important as a person's character. All other aspects can be outsourced. How to dress well, improve your vocabulary, all that is not important. What you can't buy is character, and it's superior to everything." Are you that person Samuel Atacha is talking about? Before we get into the conversation.
I mean, 100%, 100%. But
you have character and integrity.
It's out there. Everybody knows me for that.
Right. So the people are talking about youth unemployment, clean water, access to clean water, immediate job placement. Someone also talked about markets because they say the market there is small. So briefly, outline your immediate steps or your vision to address these challenges for the people of Abuakwa South.
You see, I don't want to isolate my vision from that of our party's vision, because most of the things that we want to do, in fact, our manifesto is one of the most decentralized manifestos in the history of Ghana, that we are going to have the Women's Bank. What is the Women's Bank going to do? What it's going to do is to give monies or loans, interest-free loans, to market women so that they can trade well, they can improve upon their trade and all that. If you are going to give loans to people to trade, you need to give them markets, you need to give them the infrastructure to be able to operate so that they can even get the loans that they have come for and pay back so other people will get. So, of course, immediately we are going to ensure that we expand the market. There is a problem of land at that particular area that they are talking about. So we are going to make sure that we construct other markets or in other localities in the constituency, ensure that these women have access to these loans, interest-free loans, so that they can expand their business and prosper. So for the market issue, that is how we are going to go about it.
Okay, so you want to construct a market and then feed into the Women's Development Bank agenda from the NDC's overall manifesto. Okay, hold for me. Let me usher in Dr. Kingsley Agyemang, who is the parliamentary candidate on the ticket of the NPP, into the conversation. Doctor, welcome to the program. You're on the AM show.
Thank you. Good morning to your listeners.
Good morning.
Apologies, I couldn't make it to the studio.
Okay, great. So I listened to you in that package that Carlos Kaloni brought us. You mentioned some 5-step agenda. Elaborate on it. Really, is that the solution that the people of Abuakwa constituency need? What is this 5-step agenda?
Absolutely. So the West agenda, W means welfare. I mean, what is politics if it is not geared towards the development of our people? So anything that we need to do to make ourselves accessible to the people, that is our welfare plan. And under the welfare plan, you have the identifiable groups, the market women, the lorry state people. And any that is some form of welfare through that identifiable. The E stands for education. I mean, constituency has known as a job knowledge. We all have espoused that throughout post of independence, before independence. So even before becoming parliamentary, we have programs that run the funds, for which I'm very young that whole household beneficiaries. So from base 1 to base 3, we have to stay with us.
Dr. Agyemang, your line is breaking. Reposition and let's do this again. But I want to add a follow-up question quickly, and then we can put all things in perspective. Your opponent here in the studio, yes, but hold on. Your opponent here in the studio with us, Addo Akins, has expressed some confidence in securing the win for NDC by 52%. We know that historically it's an NPP stronghold. What do you think makes you a stronger candidate, and why should the people believe in you to lead them?
That the NDC will win by 52% in Abuakwa South.
Yes. That's what he said. What advantage do you have over him?
Let's interrogate the data. But it's quite interesting. I mean, for the past 4 elections, on the average, NDC does about 20%. So what has changed within 4 years that he could probably think of making 52%? I think it's even enough that
he believes that since 1996 that the NPP has been the ones occupying that seat. He haven't done much. In fact, he said nothing at all. And so the people are now asking for change.
Okay, so out of our five thematic areas, I've mentioned welfare. I'm now moving to education, which is the E. From basic 1 to basic 3, we have the Kingsley Readathon. This is a reading series to expose the people to wealth identification. Because, you know, essentially, our curriculum is read, write, and understand. From basic 4 to 6, we have English spelling pattern. Still improving on the articulation, anything that has to do with the English. Now, at JHS, we have a free math science that we interrogate them, quiz them on basic science. You know, science is famous.
Dr. Akins, it's still a bit difficult to hear you. Let's try one more time. You have to.
The police is difficult now. So my apologies. Am I audible now?
Not really, but let's try again. I think I'll circle back to you. Maybe you can try and find a better spot so we can have clarity on your submission. So, Addo Akins,
yes,
you talked about constructing a market, Women's Development Bank, but one key issue that I want to highlight on, which is also, I mean, a big issue in the country overall, is water. Your constituents or your potential, possibly, if they give you the nod in on December 7th, are saying that they don't have access to clean water. What is your vision to change that narrative?
Before I come on that, my good brother was talking about data. Just 2020 election, our presidential candidate, John Mahama, had 50% of Akufo-Addo's vote. Nana Akufo-Addo had 21,000. John Mahama had over 10,000 votes. So if that could be achieved, what makes him think that within a matter of 4 years, I, as a parliamentary candidate, the work I have done in terms of making our people understand that politics is not merely about partisan affiliations, but then we are into politics to bring development and improvement. And for that matter, if we are not seeing that improvement and development, there is no need then to follow a political party. What do you think of that? I am going to give him a shock of his life. Let's put that one aside.
Well, let's talk about your constituents. Yeah. The question about water, access to clean water because of illegal mining activities, which is something that, in fact, the entire country is grappling with as we speak. What is your vision here?
You see, our vision is very clear. One, we are going to make sure that the main problem of this water issue is because of the Galamsey, as you stated. John Mahama constructed the biggest water supply or tank in Chebi that was supplying us water. And this Galamsey issue came in, and this water plant have to be shut down. What we are going to do is to make sure that this Galamsey thing stops.
So you're going to stop Galamsey?
We are not going to stop Galamsey. No, Galamsey is an illegal miner.
Yes,
we are going to stop illegal mining. We are going to make sure that whoever is mining is doing what is legal, what is accepted, that we are going to accept. We are not going to accept anything that is going to bring destruction to our water bodies and cocoa farms and forests.
Point made. The question is how?
How do we...
How are you going to stop illegal mining activities? As a country, we haven't figured that out yet.
But
what are you doing differently?
We are going to be very honest about this fight. We are not going to be very hypocritical like our brothers and fathers.
I want actionable steps quickly, and then I have to go back to...
What we are going to do is that we are going to have a management team that is going to make sure that whoever is mining, whatever the person is doing, is it legal? We are not going to get army officers, parade them around, and they will rather even go around taking goods and helping them to mine, protecting my galamseyers to mine and all that. No,
okay.
We are going to
management team,
an effective management team of our mining sector who is going to ensure that things are done properly.
Good. So, Dr. Kingsley Agyemang, 3 main issues that came out from interaction with your constituents. They talked about road networks and markets, unemployment, but I want to focus on the water situation. They don't have access to clean water because of illegal mining activities. How do you intend to fix this problem?
Okay, thanks for having me back. Just a quick correction to the data that my good friend mentioned. John Mahama did not get over 10,000 votes. No. You can fast check the 2020 election in the Abuakwa South. He did not make 10,000. Anyway, so water is a problem worldwide. As we are moving towards climate change, these are some of the fallouts of climate change. So as clearly stated in our manifesto, His Excellency, our flag bearer, intends to use geophysics in turning out how we do our mining. This is part of the bold solutions that we have proposed to the Ghanaian people. You realize that issue of mining, whether small scale, illegal, I don't even want to talk about, but before they get to where the deposit is, they cause a lot of distraction. That is why this kind of drip geophysics is the way to go. Very, very scientific, so that we don't cause much damage to the environment. Having said that, I mean, we are the first government to implement 10 million trees under the Green Ghana agenda. That every June and July we plant trees. This is a way to correct it. Correction of the environment, afforestation and stuff like that. And you can go back to Forestry Commission to check the number of trees that we have planted for the past 8 years. So these are some of the things that we are doing on my own or at my own constituency level. If I was on video, you'd have realized that we are even doing tree planting. This tree planting is even happening in his hometown as of right now, as I speak with you. So these are some of the initiatives. Yes, the ravaging effect of galamsey is something that has assumed national and international proportions. We have had our own bad things that have happened to us as a result of the galamsey, and we are working on it as a constituency. Okay.
So that's on the access to clean water and dealing with illegal mining activities.
Yes.
The last point we want to focus on now is the issue of the road networks. I know you mentioned briefly, you talked about DRIP, but I'll circle back to you. Hold on a second. We have just about 4 minutes to wrap this up. Abuakwa, how are you going to expand or fix the deplorable roads in your constituency?
Of course, as the member of parliament coming 2025, I'm going to be the chief lobbyist for the constituency.
Members of parliament will tell you that they are not the ones in charge of constructing roads for their constituents.
No one have said they are. What we are saying is that they sit in a house where the number of roads that is going to be constructed is being approved. So they have the capacity, they have the power, they have the links to make sure that if we come to parliament that we are going to construct 100,000 kilometers of road this year and it's factored in the budget, I, as a member of parliament for Abuakwa South, needs to lobby and make sure that Abuakwa South gets their share of that kilometers of roads to my people. That is all we are talking about.
Basically, you're putting a request in for your constituency to be considered, but you know it could be rejected.
It's not going to be a request. It's going to be a demand of our part of the national cake. And that is how we are going to face it aggressively to bring development to our people. Again, I want to conclude by saying, he was talking about the number of trees MPP is planting and all that. My sister, the mayhem in terms of afforestation that the MPP and their chronics
Afforestation?
in fact of deforestation, have committed on this land. It will take us more than 50 years to get all those trees back. So the number of trees they claim they are planting is nothing compared to the number of trees they have brought down because of Galamsey through their likes like Wuntumi and other people.
Okay, so you are going to lobby, demand that your constituency gets the fair share of the national cake. We know how small the national cake is, but Dr. Agyemang, what about you? How do you intend to fix the deplorable roads or expand the road network in Abuakwa South constituency?
So back to it, the roads are under construction. As I speak with you now, his hometown, Asafo, through Mercy to Old Town, it's been taxed. And for the first time,
oh my goodness,
ever since Nkronso Town came to be, this is the first time we are doing a third road there. There has never been any road. Yesterday, under the drip program, between Odumase and Kwesi Komfo, all the drip machinery went there yesterday, and they've started work. So the point I'm going to make is that all the things that he wishes to do are being done. All the things that he wishes to do. As if it was an O-level question, the way he's approaching governance.
So you are just latching on to the DRIP initiative to fix the deplorable roads? Okay.
Yes.
Point
and he started. Thank
you so much, Dr. Agyemang.
It was inaugurated there.
To wrap this up, I want to ask you first, and then I'll come to you. You have to hold your horses for me. Do you have the endorsement of your father, Nana Addo Akings, the same man who ran against... you said Nana Akufo-Addo and Atachia and lost.
Yes.
So he's giving you some bits on how you can win where he didn't?
Unfortunately, he's late.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That is fine. But I want to say this, my sister. It is insulting and it is highly unacceptable that we have 70 days to elections. You bring machines, come and parade them around, they are coming to construct roads. It is totally insulting to the intelligence of the people of Abuakwa.
All right,
this must not be accepted.
These are your final words, so make it count.
And we, the people of Abuakwa South, feel very insulted by that act. He shouldn't even have mentioned it here. For 8 years in government.
Dr. Kingsley Agyemang, what would be your final words? And do you have the endorsement of Samuel Atachia?
Absolutely. So I mean, it's rather unfortunate that they want to limit it to terms. Governance is continuous. My sister, governance is continuous. And is this suggesting for a woman that, okay, let's do this analogy. A woman gets pregnant for 9 months, but delivers on a day. Just a day. So 70, 20, even 2 hours, the people must have what is due them. So I'm appealing to the good people of Abuakwa South, as we always reject the NDC, we will continue to reject them even this election. And he knows very well that if not for the purpose of developing the frontiers of democracy, the NDC would not have filed a candidate in Abuakwa South.
And that there is Dr. Kingsley Agyemang running for the seat, the parliamentary seat for Abuakwa South constituency on the ticket of the NPP. And in the studio with me, we had Nana Addo Akings, who's also running for that same seat on the tickets of the NDC. My apologies and sympathies for mentioning your dad. Yeah.
About the data that Mahama
I actually saw that it is Mahama won by 10,100 and something. I'm looking at it right now. So yes, that's clarified.
And that's going to be
that's how we are wrapping up on this belt of conversation. We'll bring you more on the AM show. Don't go away. I'll be right back.